Welcome to the 2018 edition of WDWNT March Madness. I'm Tom Corliss. Joining me this evening, Jason Diffendahl. Tonight, we are going to explain how all of this works. It's not our first year doing March Madness here at WDWNT, but for those of you who are new, and I guess just as a refresher, we're going to go through exactly how all this is going to work during tonight's what we're calling a Bracketology special. You may be familiar with this if you watch real March Madness, you know, the college basketball thing. I know not all Disney fans are sports fans, so that's why we're also going to take lots of time tonight to explain exactly how this is going to work. The really interesting thing is the first year we ever did March Madness many, many years ago, it was a tournament of the current attractions at Walt Disney World. We actually also did Disneyland that year. But so enough has changed and enough years have passed that we've decided to revisit the big one. And the big one is current Walt Disney World attraction. So this is a 64 attraction tournament, 64 Walt Disney World attractions going head to head with our panel and you at home deciding what is the best current attraction at Walt Disney World. And so in order to do that, we're going to have a panel of seven WDWNT podcast staff members, and we are going to have a debate for each matchup and majority rules, just like on Horizons. Remember that, kids? Majority will rule, and whoever gets the best out of 7 votes moves on to the next round. Or at least it should be that simple, right? But here at WDWNT, we like to make things complicated and also fun. And so a couple years ago, as part of WDW News Tonight, we invented this really crazy idea of letting people play along with the tournament. So Jason and I are going to go over exactly how you play along with the tournament before we reveal the matchups and such for this year's event. Jason, does all that seem coherent?
Seems coherent to me, but I'm not in the audience. So.
Let's start to make it incoherent, shall we?
Yes.
Let's start going over those rules. We'll go ahead and put the rules up here in case you haven't seen them. The first important thing you have to do is register to play. And the great thing about playing is you can win a lot of prizes. Now, we've stated there that the top 8 will get prizes. That being said, if the signups continue to exceed goals, the number of you who can win prizes will rise. So we will give away more prizes the more people who sign up to play. Well, let's go over how you can sign up and play. So the easy way to sign up is simply to go to the post on WDWNT.com and click that. It says, see, it's highlighted there. Click here to fill out the registration form. Do you want to show them the form, Jason? Do we need to show the form?
We can click there and they can see it.
So here's the form. We just want your email, your name, address, so we can mail you any prizes should you win. We're not going to send you any junk mail. Don't worry about it. Yeah. And that's how you sign up.
That's the form.
Okay, so let's go back to the rules. We'll go over these a little bit. There you go. So in return, we are going to send you an email. People have already asked about this. You're going to get this email on Monday. Monday evening.
Right after 8 p.m. when we close the registration.
Yes. So you'll get an email with 4 randomly assigned Walt Disney World attractions that will be yours in the tournament. You will be assigned 1 attraction that is a 1 through 4 seed, 1 that is a 5 through 8 seed, 1 that is a 9 through 12 seed, and 1 that is a 13 through 16 seed. And you'll see tonight why that seeding is important. And then, of course, we encourage you to watch all these live broadcasts where we will debate the winners of each matchup. And, they're coming obviously tonight. You're watching Bracketology right now, or maybe you're watching this after the fact. But the first round will be on Monday, March 12th at 10 p.m. Eastern time. That also has a Wigs post show. We'll talk more about that later. On Wednesday, March 14th at 10 p.m. Eastern is round 2. And then all the rest is on Wednesday, March 21st at 10 p.m. Eastern, again with a Wigs post show. The 4 attractions that you are assigned will accumulate points through these shows, each victory they gain in a round of the tournament. The point distribution goes like this. A first round win is worth 1 point. A second round win, 1 point. A win in the Swell 16 round will give you 2 points, as it will in the E-Ticket 8 round. In the Phantasmic 4 round, you get 3 points, and the one that wins it all will get its owner another 3 points as well. The winner of each match is again decided by that panel of 7, that we're going to have on every one of these shows. And each panelist, of course, counts for a single vote and the Walt Disney World attraction that receives the majority of the votes wins that round and advances to the next. However, it isn't quite that easy because you're playing along. We want to give you some power here to influence the outcomes and perhaps help yourself along with some point values. So registered players who have filled out the registration form and are registered to play can call in to submit a super vote once per broadcast. So we have 3 broadcasts. You can call in once during each of those broadcasts. The super vote counts as 2 votes that'll be added to the panelist vote totals. The call-in number will be, it's the radio station. Remember that, kids? 407-774-8255 will, of course, remind you during those shows. You don't have to remember the phone number. And your call must come in before the conclusion of the round that you are calling for, or it will not be counted. So it's very important. This is how you sway the vote. So let's say we have a first round matchup and it goes, 4-3, 4 votes for one and 3 votes for the other. You can call and essentially completely switch that outcome because your super vote counts for 2 votes. This is really important in making sure some of your picks get to move on. And obviously this always makes things super crazy also, but that is the fun of March Madness. If you're not registered player, you can still sway the vote the old-fashioned way. You can just show up during the live broadcast and come into the chat room at WDWN Tunes and just try to sway us on the vote. So there's always that. And at the end of the tournament, at least for now, the top 8 players in terms of points amassed throughout the tournament will receive a prize pack from WDWNT, and the top player will receive a grand prize package and be declared the WDWNT March Madness 2018 champion. So that's how it works. Someone said a lot of interactivity this year. This is the same way we did it last year, too. People had a really great time. That's why we're doing it again. That being said, we're expecting more signups this year, so the call-in super votes will probably be even crazier than usual.
Yep.
So we'll see what happens there.
Any other questions in the chat at this point?
I don't think so. People are excited about the matchups. Belle has asked, did the carousel win yet? Let's see. So yeah, no, I don't think so yet. People are wondering about matchups and stuff. Has there ever been a tie? Yeah, I think there has been, but somebody called and broke it. I don't think anything ever ended in a tie. That's the beauty of an odd panel.
Yeah,
and then everybody getting 2 points per call. Is it usually
you can't really have a tie?
Yeah, you can't have a tie. It's as if we've thought about this for once, right? So yeah. So that's how this is going to work. You guys are going to get your picks on Monday, but I do want to talk. We have to go over tonight what the brackets actually are. So we're going to begin to reveal the seeding and the matchups for the 2018 WDWNT March Madness tournament. Jason, are we ready to reveal the very first matchup?
Almost.
Okay, once you resize that image, we will reveal the first matchup. So here we go. I know this may not mean a lot to everybody yet. You don't have your picks yet, but you will on Monday. So this will be really important then. And besides that, I mean, we hope this obviously will be entertaining. 7 of us arguing about which attraction is better, I think makes for really good conversation, a really fun show. So regardless, you'll get a preview of what some of the arguments will be in our first round tonight.
And also, we'll mention you're going to get your picks on Monday at 8 p.m., but we're also going to publish the bracket in full tonight so that you can print it out and take a look at it.
The other fun thing to do if you print out brackets, I always like to do, I fill out 2 of these myself every year. And what I do is I do my brackets and I do predictions. And so the predictions is what I think is actually going to happen with the voting. In the tournament, and then mine is what I would do, like what I want to win. If I alone made the decisions in the matchup, so I always do that just to play along. Even I like to play along with our crazy idea. So you may want to do that at home. Maybe you have your own method you want to play along with. Whatever. We hope you enjoy this. So Jason, can we go ahead and reveal the very first matchup in the? I guess this is the Magic Kingdom Conference.
I would call this the north quadrant.
Well, we call it the Magic. There are 4-part quadrants.
Yeah, well,
So
okay.
here we go. Magic Kingdom Conference. Let's take a look at the first matchup. The 1 seed versus the 16 seed. Number 1, the Haunted Mansion versus the Tomorrowland Speedway.
Ooh, this is a toughie.
Yeah, sure. Well, one of those gets hazard pay, so any cast member is going to be swayed.
That's true.
On that one, yeah. On to the next. We have the number 9 seed, Dumbo the Flying Elephant versus the number 8 seed, It's Tough to Be a Bug. I want to talk about the seating for a moment because I know I'm going to get screamed at because we did this last year also. The way the seating works is each park we wanted to have some equal seating. So each park got a 1 seed, each park got a 2 seed, a 3 seed, so on. Then some parks run out of attractions, namely Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom. So what happens at that point is we start assigning more seeds to Magic Kingdom and Epcot, and eventually just Magic Kingdom, which has more attractions than anybody. So Magic Kingdom has all of like the 14, 15, and 16 seeds, to no surprise. So if some of the seeding seems off, remember, it was done to be more fair to the other parks. We wanted every park to have a fair shake, and this felt like the best way to distribute them. So keep that in mind.
Anyway. There's a question in the chat. Does this include retired attractions?
No, that is a separate tournament we've done in the past. That was won by Journey into Imagination. Although we may have to do that again in the coming years if they keep closing things.
Yep.
So, yeah. All right, let's reveal the next matchup in the Magic Kingdom Conference. We have the number 5 seed, the Seven Dwarves Mine Train, versus the number 12 seed, Under the Sea Journey of the Little Mermaid. Battle for New Fantasyland.
Yeah, and see, so that's where the importance of each part getting a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 seed comes in, because Seven Dwarfs Mine Train drops down here to a 5 seed then. It might be a 1 seed in the Epcot conference, but the Epcot conference 1 seed has to be an Epcot attraction.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people, I think, would put Seven Dwarfs Mine Train higher than a 5 seed, but it's only in the Magic Kingdom. And apparently there's 4 attractions.
We decided it was the 5th most important attraction at the Magic Kingdom. And what weighed into that was not only fandom, popularity, and previous performance in the attraction tournament here at WDWNT. So all of those things were factored in ranking attractions by park.
Yep. All right, moving on.
Number 13 seed, Impressions de France versus number 4, Festival of the Lion King. I can already see the fanboys angry about this matchup. Don't want to lose either of those.
Oh, boy.
Number 3 seed, Rock and Roller Coaster versus the number 14 seed, Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. That's going to be a fun one.
That's going to be another one that the fanboys are going to go nuts.
No, but we're going to have a war on Monday with that.
That's probably true too.
Yeah. Next matchup. The number 11 seed, the Star Wars Launch Bay versus the number 6 seed, Mission Space.
Now wait, is Star Wars Launch Bay actually an attraction?
It counts as an attraction, yeah.
Oh,
the film and the meet and greet experience is all combined for an attraction.
Yeah, okay.
Number 7, 7. Walt Disney Presents versus the number 10 seed, The Seas with Nemo and Friends. The number 15 seed, the Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor versus the number 2 seed, Soarin' Around the World. That's that whole conference now. So there you see the Magic Kingdom Conference. You got some heavy hitters in there. You got Soarin' and Mansion. You got the Mine Train, Festival of the Lion King, Rock and Roll. Because there's a lot of good stuff in there. And then also,
Progress.
Needless to say, also some garbage. So,
like Walt Disney Presents, which somebody in the chat says, what is that?
That's Walt Disney One Man's Dream. I think despite the name, I think you don't want to underestimate that one. I think it's still important to people.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right, let's start revealing the Epcot conference.
All right, there you go.
The number 1 seed, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror versus the number 16 seed, the Astro Orbiter.
Ooh, close one.
2 things that defy gravity.
They're both outer space. Yeah.
Why is the Twilight Zone outer space?
Because it's in the zone of Twilight. I don't know.
Move to the next one.
There.
The number 9, Kali River Rapids versus the number 8, the American Adventure.
Yeah, see now how is the American Adventure all the way down at a number 8 seed? That doesn't make any sense to me.
There were 8 things of more importance at Epcot,
Okay.
or 7 things of more importance at Epcot. The number 5 Navi River Journey versus number 12 Mickey's PhilharMagic. That's gonna be a fight on Monday.
I don't know about that.
You don't think people like PhilharMagic? I love PhilharMagic.
No, I don't like Navi River Journey.
See, I think it's gonna be a fight.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a fight about it. Moving on. Reflections of China, number 13 seed versus Star Tours. The adventures continue.
Now, see, that's interesting.
Why is that interesting?
Well, because I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking because like last year, I used to pick like for my choices, my votes.
Epcot?
Yeah, is it Epcot, right? That was my thing last year. And so this year, I'm wondering if I'm thinking about how I'm going to do this year. And I'm thinking to myself, what should I do? And I'm thinking, well, maybe my strategy is going to be which of the 2 rides would I be willing to sit through 10 times in a row? Right? Because if it's that good of an attraction, you should be willing to do it 10 times in a row. Like I did Spaceship Earth 10 times in a row right before it went down for the 2007 refurbishment. So that may be my strategy. And if you look at these attractions, I don't know that I do Cali River Rapids 10 times in a row.
Well, that's one way of looking at it.
And I don't know that I do. I don't know that I do. But I see. Then I don't know that I do Star Tours 10 times in a row. I don't think I can handle Star
I can
Tours.
tell you for damn sure I'm not doing Reflections of China 10 times in a row.
Well, Reflections of China 10 times in a row will make a nice nap if they don't make me go out and get back in line.
You have to stand.
If they see you, yeah.
We're not having this discussion now. Let's move on to the next matchup, shall we?
Yeah, all right.
You're showing too much of the next one.
I can't. It only scrolls so far.
Oh, okay. The number 3 Expedition Everest versus the number 14 Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. Both of those have about the same amount of movement on their figures.
The animatronics.
Pooh on the balloon moves a little more. Scroll down. We got the number 11 seed Turtle Talk with Crush versus number 6, for the first time in forever, a Frozen sing-along celebration.
Yeah, now that's another thing. I'm like, does that really count as an attraction? But I guess it does. If you're studios, you're scraping the bottom of the barrel, that's for sure.
10,000 people a day are seeing that show. I think that counts.
That's because there's 10,000 people a day get done all the other attractions at studios by like 11 o'clock.
We'll keep going. The number 7 seed Peter Pan's Flight versus the number 10 seed Primeval World.
Ugh. Yeah, I don't know about that. That's a tough one.
Keep going. All right, we're going to close out the Epcot conference with the number 15 seed, the Barnstormer, versus the number 2 seed, Kilimanjaro Safaris. One of those lasts like less than a minute. The other one way too long. 1 minute versus 30 minutes. We'll see what happens. Okay, so we've revealed the first half of the brackets, which is very exciting. But there's another whole big part of this. We won't just be doing the attraction tournament. The other tradition we've begun the last few years is Disney likes to do their March. We don't even know if they're doing it this year, but Disney likes to do March Magic. I'm actually wearing, I don't know if you see it. I'm wearing the Luigi's Rollickin' Roadsters one. So they did these sort of fake team shirts in years past representing attractions at both Disneyland and Walt Disney World. So they did March Magic. So we thought it'd be funny. What if every year we did a tournament of 32 shirt ideas, perhaps shirts that Disney would never approve, but we could release through TeePublic. And that's where we came up with March Tragic. So every year, we also do a popularity tournament called March Tragic, where those of you in the chat get to vote for what shirt gets made. And so right now, we're going to go ahead and reveal the brackets. You're going to get to vote for these throughout these 3 shows coming up. But we're going to reveal the brackets for the March Tragic T-shirt tournament. The winning idea becomes a T-shirt we will sell on TeePublic. Jason, do we have that ready? We'll start revealing.
Here we go.
We'll start revealing the ideas for the shirts. There's, of course, the STK empty patios taking on the coreless conformations. The Epcot wall carpets and the rose gold diggers. The Bland Avenue baseline against the legally not citrus swirl.
Oh, jeez. How timely.
The comment section psychos against the Baby Belle cheese bunch.
What is a cheese bunch?
It's the bag with the 3 cheeses.
Oh, okay. They call it a bunch?
We actually just had that today at Gaston's Tavern. I don't know why.
Boy.
Josh felt like buying it. The Pandoran pretzels against the Casey Jr. stain and soap. The Discovery River disappointments against the Epcots. So I guess the intellectual properties in Epcot, and I can't imagine what disappointment could be on Discovery River. Maybe a nighttime show of some sort.
Maybe the Radio Disney River Cruise. It's
true. There's been a lot of disappointments.
Actually, yeah, that entire river has been a disappointment. Even the dragon.
Yeah. The River Country Dirt Testers against the Paradise Peerless. Oh man, the Rose Golden Churro Shower versus the Bob Chapek Robos.
Wow.
Call back to the Golden Churro Shower from last year. The Universe of Energy Extinction against the Test Track Fighting 2, 5, and 7s. Is
there more to this?
There's more of them.
Yeah. Hang on, it's not.
You're stuck.
I can't scroll anymore. I'll put it back to you so you can chat while I fix the scrolling.
By the way, I don't get to do Cup of the Week anymore. Here's that awesome Orange Bird Spaceship Earth Tervis tumbler from the Flower and Garden Festival. Isn't that great? The Orange Bird, of course, the official mascot of Orange Swirl, because Citrus Swirl no longer exists. And if that's news to you, you should read WDWNT.com right now, because we went and found out that Citrus Swirl is a thing of the past.
All gone. Because it wasn't vegan.
Apparently. I don't know, happened. Here we go. We have the Figment Funko Fighters representing people who fought for Figment Funko Pops at Epcot 35 against the Stargazer Empty Stools. Poor Stargazer Lounge. The Politics of the Correctness against the Soarin' Leaning Towers. The Main Street Blackout. Maybe there's no parade at night. Against the Woody's Lunchbox Shakes. Which was a catchy song for that. The Electric Umbrella Second Levels against the Stitch Shutdown. Walt Disney Presents Things from After I Died versus 99-cent Toy Story Land. Maybe a land about 99-cent toys. The Disneyland Arguing APs against Because Money.
That's got to be like that's the worst matchup, because I want both of those to win.
Only one can win. The Monorail Malfunctions versus the Wonders of Life Resuscitation.
That's another good one. I want that one to win too.
Oh, I don't think I'm as proud of any of them as I am Wonders of Life Resuscitation.
That one.
That's my favorite one. So only one of those can become the shirt we make this year, and only 12 of you buy. Remember Punzel's Poopers? Yeah, and a lot of you still haven't bought that. So please remember that the point of this tournament is to vote for the one you would actually buy, because we want to make a shirt that you will buy and not a shirt that you won't buy. I think that makes sense. That's the whole reason we do this. So again, this will be a popularity tournament. We'll take votes via the chat during those 3 shows that are coming up, and that's how we'll pick a shirt that we're going to make. And of course, the whole tournament is brought to you by TeePublic. Don't forget to shop apparel and accessories for Disney fans through WDWNT.com and TeePublic. Just go to WDWNT.com and click the TeePublic ad to shop from hundreds of designs for t-shirts, phone cases, prints, and more, including exclusive WDWNT and formerly WDW News Tonight logo apparel, as well as original creations such as Save Figment, Confirmed, I read WDWNT.com, 7 our past March Tragic winners, which the only one that's left is Punzel's Poopers because Disney decided they didn't like the Hollywood Studios hard hats. So that one's gone. But you still get the other one and much, much more. So make the most of your night tonight and shop through the extensive collection there. TeePublic, an official partner of WDW News Today and the March Tragic Tournament.
Now, Tom, you would think that the all of the WDW News Tonight logo or apparel should be on clearance, right?
It doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. I think the logo shirt's still available, though.
I think it is.
We left it in case anybody wanted to still buy it. Very quickly, before we reveal the rest of the attraction tournament, a couple of quick things we want to mention. Number one, we want to mention our fantastic sponsors over at Small World Big Fun. There are times when planning a Disney vacation can be overwhelming. Even if you've been there many times before, you know how much time it can take to get things exactly the way you want them. This is, of course, where Cindy Miner and the team at Small World Big Fun comes in. They're an authorized Disney vacation planner, and in the past 10 years, they've helped thousands of families plan Disney vacations to the parks, the cruise line, Alani, and all other Disney destinations.
And even Universal.
Even Universal, if for some reason you want to go there. Their job is to make planning a vacation easy for you, and they'll wade through all the options and help you plan a trip that works best for you and your family. This will make sure you're getting the best price also. And the best part, they are no fee agency, so when you book your vacation package, you don't owe them a dime. So if you'd like to reach out to the team at Small World Big Fun, just visit smallworldbigfun.com/Disney fans. That's one word, Disney fans with an S, and they'll be happy to help you. Of course, they're also helping us. We actually just got the prices for our room blocks that we're going to have for Wreck the Halls, our big event coming up December 5th through the 9th at Walt Disney World. That's pretty exciting. And then, of course, March Madness also brought to you by WIGS. That's the WDWNT Interglobe Society. You can support WDWNT and get early and exclusive access to content you can't find anywhere else, including post shows for March Madness. We mentioned those earlier. You can have access to those for just $2 a month. That's all it takes. You also get a monthly See a Relate show, which is exclusive to WIGS members. And at certain levels, you get early access to all the podcasts and such. And sometimes we even mail you stuff. So go ahead, check it out. For more information, you can go to patreon.com/WDWNT or visit WDWNT.com and click the Patreon link. Join the WIGS and help make WDWNT happen through Patreon. Okay. With all that out of the way, it is now time to reveal the Hollywood Studios and Animal Kingdom conferences of the 2018 attraction tournament. Let's go ahead and reveal those now. Begin with the top of the Hollywood Studios bracket. The number 1 seed for Epcot is Frozen Ever After. Fight me on it. And number 16 is the beloved Prince Charming Regal Carousel, which I know someone in the chat is picking to win the whole thing. So we'll see what happens when Frozen takes on the Prince Charming Regal Carousel. We also have the number 9 Beauty and the Beast live on stage versus number 8 It's a Small World. The number 5 Gran Fiesta Tour starring the 3 Caballeros versus the number 12 seed O Canada. And if you're asking why the Gran Fiesta Tour is a 5 seed, you should go back to the first attraction tournament where Gran Fiesta Tour made it to like the final 8. That is why it's here at this high seed, because it did amazing in the last tournament. You guys dictated that with its amazing success.
It was new back then.
It was new? That was only like 4 years ago. It opened in 2007. They didn't even have the animatronics then.
That's true. It got to that.
It's even better now.
Yeah, that's true.
Win the whole thing. The number 13 seed, Enchanted Tales with Belle, versus the number 4 seed, Space Mountain. The number 3 seed, Test Track, versus the number 14 seed, the Country Bear Jamboree. The number 11 seed, Triceratops Spin, versus the number 6 seed, Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. The number 7 seed, Living with the Land, versus the 10 seed, the Indiana Jones Epic Stunt Spectacular.
Wow, that's got really low on the list. Number 10. I didn't even know there were that many attractions in the studios.
You'd be surprised.
Well, they count Launch Bay, of course. So there you go.
11. I think 11 was it. Number 15 seed, the Mad Tea Party, versus the number 2 seed, Pirates of the Caribbean. So that's the Hollywood Studios Conference. We'll move on now to the final conference, the Animal Kingdom Conference. Surprise, number 1, Avatar Flight of Passage against the number 16 seed, which only made the tournament because of your votes on Twitter. The number 16 seed, the Hall of Presidents. The number 9 seed, Journey into Imagination with Figment, versus the number 8 seed, Voyage of the Little Mermaid. The battle of the attractions that should have closed 15 years ago. The number 5 seed, Muppet Vision 3D, versus the number 12 seed, the Disney Pixar Short Film Festival. The number 13 seed, Buzz Lightyear Space Ranger Spin, against the number 4 seed, Spaceship Earth. This is the one that kills me. The number 3 seed, Splash Mountain, against the number 14 seed, Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room.
Yeah, there's no way that should be a 14 seed.
Poor Tiki Room. But by popularity, it is. But it's I don't want either of those to lose. It's very sad. This is the toughest first round matchup. The number 11, the Jungle Cruise, against number 6, Dinosaur.
I don't know what I think about that.
That's tough. I think that's real tough. Jungle Cruise out in the first round. I don't know if people are going to allow it. The number 7 seed, Finding Nemo the Musical, versus the number 10 seed, the Tomorrowland Transit Authority People Mover. That's a tough one, too.
It is.
And the final matchup, the Walt Disney World Railroad versus Toy Story Mania.
I don't know about that.
All right, can we go ahead? Can we reveal the full brackets now? We'll let everybody see everything now. That's all the matchups, folks. And if you're wondering, hey, there are some attractions that weren't mentioned. Those were pre-eliminated. We went through and eliminated some stuff ourselves, and we also let you guys have a say in eliminating. You guys voted out Magic Carpets of Aladdin on Twitter the other night.
Yay.
Good job,
work,
guys.
people.
So, yeah, you can see, and we're going to share a link in a few moments with those of you in the chat, so you can go take a look at this on your own. So that's the full – I don't know why you have that link at the top of your page. I'm going to murder you. You are in such trouble right now. I can't even begin to tell you how much trouble you are in.
I'm like, what link? What link is he talking about?
Wow.
It's competitive intelligence. I do competitive intelligence for a living, actually. So
I haven't read that site in like 5 years.
Well, sometimes I need to know where.
That was only because they took a picture of a bakery from me, and I had to yell at them.
Sometimes I need to know where Astor Avenue is, and that's where it leads.
Anyway. So that is the full tournament. You will, again, we want to tell everybody to make sure you sign up. And the link is, of course, at WDWNT.com in that post we shared earlier today. We'll go ahead and somebody put that in the chat, maybe. I think I can actually do that.
I just put the link into the whole bracket.
Is that the sign-ups?
And at the top of that, there's a link to the sign-up.
So there you go. Click that link. Go to the sign-ups. If you're listening to this later, just go to WDWNT.com, find the post with the March Madness sign-up, and make sure you sign up. Or just go to what's the link for that? It's WDWNT.com/WDWNT-March-Madness-2018 / There you go.
All slashes are forward slashes.
No, isn't there the other one?
Well, there are backslashes, but nobody uses them anymore.
Yeah, I just want to make sure people know that. So,
okay.
So make sure you signed up to play. We have some great prizes. Someone could win like something cool like this Pirates of the Caribbean Stein from Disneyland. Look, it even has the auction scene on it.
Look at that.
No one was offended. People lined up for hours to buy these. Isn't that amazing?
I guess they weren't offended.
Guess not. eBay doesn't offend anybody.
Nope.
So great stuff like this you could win. Wonderful prize packages.
You can also, you don't happen to have one of the maps from Disneyland handy, do you?
What map?
You know, the worst park map cover ever.
Oh, Pretzel Face? No, I don't know where Pretzel Face is.
Oh, well.
I don't have it available. Another cool thing that's happening during this run of shows is we're going to have this crazy other show on YouTube called Park Center. And so what Park Center is after we're all done arguing and everything, Park Center's then going to yell about what happened on the show or what they think is going to happen in the next week of the tournament. Isn't that right, Pete?
We are so excited about Park Center. Thanks for having me on the show. Definitely check it out. Subscribe on iTunes, Google Play. Check WDWNT.
Wait, is it on iTunes?
It's not.
It will be. It will be.
Is it going to be on iTunes?
We're gonna put it on. We're gonna put it on everywhere. We're going everywhere. This is going to be awesome. This is where we do the reactions, the predictions, the shenanigans. Talk about who won what and how is that possible. What's coming up in the next bracket, and we are super excited about it. It's hosted by the amazing Ben Harris. Who does an amazing job. Yeah, Ben's the best. It will be a live video show. You will see an amazing display, very much in the format of Sports Center, kind of meets PTI.
Well, the first one won't be live.
The first one will not be live. We
pre-recorded.
We did pre-record the first one to make sure it was ready for you guys right away, right after the brackets debuted. But we will be coming to you ASAP right after each round of March Madness. And then once March Madness wraps, we'll be doing the same format for the current news stories of the week. And the best part is this all happens in 30 minutes or less, so you can get everything you need to know right away in a short, sweet, condensed format. And it's a lot of fun. We had a lot of good times recording the first episode.
Great. Looking forward to it. So new show from WDWNT Park Center. Right now focused around March Madness, and then beyond that, they're going to have lots more fun for you, too. A brand new video show, which will be on YouTube and apparently iTunes. I don't know about that.
We'll see.
Jason's not convinced on that. We'll see what happens.
I haven't
put it. At least it'll be on YouTube.
No one told me about it going on iTunes because I'm the one that puts things there. So it'll be on YouTube.
It'll be on YouTube. We'll figure out the rest.
And the first episode is coming out like right after this, right?
Shortly. Should be shortly.
Shortly.
Within the
day
of the evening.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Ben's fixing something with it, but it will be out
shortly. As soon as Ben gets it to us.
And they're going to do what we didn't do on the show, and they're going to rip my seating apart, and they're going to yell about the matchups and what they think is going to happen through the whole tournament. And I think it's going to be a pretty good time. So there you go. Yeah, so stay tuned. Park Center will be coming up at some point tonight. It'll drop on YouTube. If not, you can always watch tomorrow. If you missed most of this, you can just go back and watch it. It's here on YouTube for you. And good luck to everyone playing along in March Madness. We hope you'll be joining us for those shows. I'm going to go over one more time, remind you guys when to tune in. We begin on Monday. So you have to be signed up by Monday at 8 because Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern is round 1. And there's a Wigs post show after that. We got to figure out what Park Center. I think maybe it's after Park Center. I don't even know at this point. We'll figure that out. And then on the next round is Wednesday, March 14th at 10 p.m. And finally, Wednesday, March 21st at 10 p.m. So make sure you tune in for all of that, play along, and we hope everybody enjoys March Madness 2018 from WDWNT.